Hello, I'm Bliznub, and welcome to Building the Best. Today we're going to be looking at the Boar Prime, which is a now vaulted Prime weapon, which honestly is incredibly good. And I haven't covered it since they buffed shotguns, so let's dive in. And what we have here is basically a full automatic shotgun with an incredibly high base status chance. So we're going to be building off of that. But it's fair to bear in mind that the magazine size on this is relatively small and the fire rate is quite high for a shotgun, so we're going to have ammo problems right off the bat. So we need to keep our damage as high as possible. So, of course, this is what we end up with. We have Hell's Chamber, Prime Point Blank, Blaze, and Vicious Spread, providing us with an incredible amount of base damage. Then we have 3 dual stat mods, and Seeking Fury. Seeking Fury increasing our reload speed and giving us a little bit of punch through, meaning that we can get collaterals on a lot of shots. Now, we're getting 5,000 damage per shot, so you really do need to bear in mind that this thing is full automatic, but the accuracy is probably the lowest of any weapon I've ever used. So I tend to use this weapon as a point-blank execution type weapon for single target damage, yes, but also a little bit of crowd clip, because we have quite a lot of spread, which I consider to be a good thing, and we have punch through, which is of course incredibly good. Now we get a 98% status chance, so it's very important when you're choosing this weapon to pick your elemental types appropriately, and I'm going for Radiation Viral here because I'm going up against Grineer. And honestly, this weapon is a lot of fun. I mean, it's not the most damage of any shotgun by a long way, but it is a lot of fun to use. But the only problem with it is, of course, its ammunition issues. So I'm going to be going into a sortie here, and it's fair to say, just off the bat, enemies have additional radiation damage. I don't believe that affects your own radiation effects, but yeah, I'm not actually sure on that. So we're going up against 65 to 80 standard Grineer, and this weapon honestly will tear them apart. It really will. So I'm just going to quickly hack the alarms. Going Loki here just so that I don't die immediately. The enemy are quite strong. And which way are we going? Which way are we going? I'm going to take a wild guess it's this way. Am I wrong? Yes! So, I've gone for Radiation Viral here because it's good against Grineer armor, but honestly, it's also incredibly good as far as status goes, because we're going to be getting a status proc pretty much every time we shoot at them, and it will either be Radiation or Viral, or, to be fair, Slash Impact and Puncture, but that's relatively speaking unlikely as they have a lower proportion of the damage. If we get a viral proc, that pretty much means that the enemy is taking double damage from that particular shot, as the viral proc is applied and halves their health before the damage from that same shot is dealt. If we're getting a radiation proc, well, you all know what that means. The enemy will shoot at that target and pretty much ensure their death. So, if I do quickly go invisible here and go full auto, we can see that one shot at close range is actually enough to kill an elite Lancer at level 65. I actually missed one pellet there. If we do fail to kill them, the status procs we're getting on them will see to it. And if you were to take this up against Corpus, the same sort of thing would apply. You go for Gas Magnetic, and you'd know that the enemy's shields are going to be shredded before the damage is dealt, or a gas proc in a large AoE is going to be going down. It's very fortunate that he was irradiated, because that should have killed me. But still, so we can see it's not going to be the best thing for taking on bombards and, you know, level 100 enemies, but against level 65 to 80s, this thing really does an amazing job of tearing them apart. And how I like to play it is sort of strategically picking my targets so that I'm getting radiation procs on the far side of a group in particular places, or getting viral procs to deal with enemies. And like I say, it can be done the same way with the Corpus, using gas procs to clear off entrances to rooms and deal with large crowds, and using magnetic procs obviously to deal with Corpus techs and other high value targets. I mean, you can't choose the proc, but you can pretty much guess that if you get one or the other, it will deal with the problem. So, yeah. This is a bit of a short one because it's a very obvious build to me. There aren't too many other ways of building this weapon. If you, of course, want pure damage, you get a bit more damage output, but I feel like the status procs give you a lot of very helpful effects with this weapon and really help you deal with various different enemies. Although, quite frankly, for myself personally, I don't like the playstyle. Full automatic shotguns aren't my thing, but, I mean, who can really say no to a shotgun at point blank that is guaranteed to give you some kind of status proc? Anyhow, that's all I have to say for this one. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Bliznub. Please wait, no. That's not how I do outro. What I do. I was going to say, please like and comment below and subscribe if you want to see more or want to mock my outro. Either way, please like and comment. As always, I'm Bliznub, and this is the Boar Prime. Thank you very much for watching.